Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to pay homage to one of my favorite movies and one of my kids' favorite movies, Smokey and the Bandit. Now in Smokey and the Bandit, Chef Buford T. Justice orders a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. So I looked online, I found the recipe for a Diablo sandwich. So that's what we're having. So right now I'm frying up about 3 pounds of hamburger. I do 3 pounds because my family can eat. So we started with this. Now in the movie, when you watch the movie, it looks like he's eating a sandwich, like a shredded beef sandwich, but that's not what a Diablo sandwich is. It's ground beef. So most likely in the movie they had whatever was on hand there. So we've got our ground beef cooking. We'll get this all fried up and then we'll add the rest of our stuff. Alright, so now that we've got our hamburger browned and drained, we've drained all the grease out of it, I'm going to add a cup and a half of water, 2 packages of taco seasoning, 1, 2 packages of taco seasoning. Get that stirred around. Alright, now it's supposed to be 1 cup of tomato per pound of hamburger, but I don't know what happened to my tomato. I only had 1 little Roma left. So we're just going to add the 1 little Roma, and I'm going to substitute a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. So we're going to see how that turns out. So basically all a Diablo sandwich is kind of like a taco burger. It's supposed to have corn. I've got 1 can of corn. You're supposed to add that to this, but I had somebody freaking out a little bit about the corn being added to it. So we decided to make it on the side. So we'll just add that later. We're going to bring this to a boil and we're going to let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. So, yeah, this is kind of exciting. This was one of our favorite, this is one of my teenagers, my youngest teenager's favorite movies growing up when he was little. I'd send his older brother off to school, and as soon as big brother went off to school, little brother had to watch Smokey and the Bandit. This was his absolute favorite movie. He has part 2 as well, and sometimes he'd watch that right after, but it was always Smokey and the Bandit. While other kids were watching cartoons during the day, he was watching this. So, yeah, this is one of his favorite movies. A lot of memories with this one with him and as a kid. So, yeah. Anyway, this is coming to a boil. We're gonna cover it if I can find my lid here. There's my lid way down there. Out in the garden yesterday was kind of like butt and thigh day for me, so I'm in a lot of pain today. Alright, so we're going to put this lid on here. We're going to set our timer for 15 minutes. And then it should be done. Alright, now that I think this is done. It smells done. Timer went off. Woo! Smells quite wonderful. And yeah, I kind of burnt to the pan because you know what? I forgot to turn it down. That's alright. That happens to me once in a while when I'm busy. I forget things. Alright, so our meat's done, our cheese is done. We're gonna top our bun. The bun should be toasted. I just got off work. I don't feel like toasting a bun right now. I toasted lots of buns at work. Alright. So we got our lettuce. Put our lettuce on our bun. We've got our Diablo topping here. Our Diablo meat. Look at that. We're going to top it with corn. Remember, the corn is supposed to be in here, but I left it out so that my kids wouldn't complain. Now, it doesn't say to add cheese, but I'm going to add some shredded cheese to it because everything's better with cheese in it. And then we're going to top it with a dollop of sour cream. There. There, look at that. Got a little Dr. Pepper here. I don't drink soda very often. If I do, it's a very little bit. So I love these tiny cans. So we got our little Dr. Pepper here. And we've got our Diablo sandwich. Diablo sandwich in honor of Smokey and the Bandit. Gotta love Sheriff Buford T. Justice. Alright, I'm gonna try this bad boy. Oh, that is so wonderful. I like that. That is really good, especially with that can of the tomatoes, the green chilies in it. Adds a nice bite to it. But that is really good. I'm going to wash it down with Dr. Pepper. Oh, Dr. Pepper, I used to live on this about 20 years ago. I used to live on this stuff. I lived in Texas, in DeLeon, Texas. And not far from there was Dublin, Texas, home of the oldest Dr. Pepper bottling plant in the world. And best Dr. Pepper ever. So I think for about 4 years there, I lived on Dr. Pepper. But anyway, we've got our Diablo and a Doc. And I'm going to go do what I do best and show off.